All right, let's call the meeting to order. Stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All board members are present. Should have it on. We good, Jed? You good? Okay, on the capital bond, it passed. 128 yes, 44 no's. On behalf of the board, I want to thank everybody that came out tonight and voted yes. As always, this community comes together and makes things happen. This is a very good night for Eldred. We have a lot of things we need to get done, and we're going to stand by our word, and we're going to get things done. And again, I want to thank everybody that came out to vote, and I want to thank everybody that worked the tables. With that being said, I'd like to make a motion to vote on the capital bond.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Nancy?
Aye.
Kristen? Amador?
Yes.
Yes.
Stacy? Yes. All yeses. Okay, I look forward to getting things done with that.
Absolutely.
We'll move on to bond superintendent report. Ms. Fiera, you're up.
All right, and then since the principals and our director of instruction is not here, I'm going to go through their reports very quickly. As you know, flu season is upon us, so please stay well, stay healthy, wash hands. Right now, we've got, our quarterly average attendance at GRM was 92.33%. But between yesterday and today, it has hit the high school and elementary school, and we are now, they had 123 kids absent today with flu. So it is definitely hitting hard. So that's gonna hit us a little bit regarding attendance, but we're gonna come out of it. And then, all right, so the new standard-based report cards, they have come out, they're complete. The grading window is open for the teachers. Parents will be able to see these report cards in the new trimester on December 13th. So the teachers are working on them now, and then the parents will be able to see them December 13th. We have rolled out a really great reading program to improve our literacy outcomes, and the teachers have been implementing them. I have heard lots of great feedback from not only the teachers, but the students when I was over there yesterday and today, and we are starting to see some early positive results with literacy. We do have winter enrichment clubs. They're going to be completed this week. The next enrichment cycle of clubs will be January 16th. They will run through the week of February 20th, and there will be new 10 different clubs will be running that time. Odyssey of the Mind, their first competition has been on March 4th, will be on March 4th, 2023. The team has been selected, parents have been notified. And then at our January Board of Ed meeting, we will be inducting the student council from GRM, and there are 10 total students participating. So I'm looking forward to seeing those young kids being, they get to be sworn in as a student council. So that is from McKinsey. From junior, senior high school, the first marking period ended in November. Report cards have been published there on the parent portal. We also had our conferences on November 17th. It's great to see the parents in the building. They are meeting with Elliot Nierenblum, and he is working on our junior, senior high school schedule as far as to make sure that we have rigorous and engaging courses for all of our students. After winter break, teachers will be joining that committee to provide their insight into what our schedule should look like. Now, winter athletics, we've gotten off to a good start. Thank you to Mr. Conklin for helping out be the point of contact for athletics. We are currently running varsity and JV boys basketball, varsity and JV girls basketball, modified boys and girls basketball, modified wrestling, varsity wrestling, and modified and varsity winter track. So again, as small as we are, we're running 8 different sports. So it's awesome. We have right at 50% of our student body involved in sports. So that is for the high school. Director of Instructional Services, yesterday and today, our principals and director of special ed, they have been at Tri-States training, and we are going to also be sending some teachers in January. And again, with Tri-States, it is looking at critical friends. So what that means is they are getting training on how to look at evidence and data and how that will improve our academic outcomes. So I look forward to hearing about the training from the administrators tomorrow. Jed, Jackie, Tina, and Sullivan Bosse's, they're all working together along with Director of Instructional Services to develop procedures around technology use, safety protocols, and personally identifiable information. The more we go into technology, we are making sure that we are covered with our data privacy agreements and making sure that our personally identifiable information is protected for students and staff. So we're going in that direction. In February and March conference days, we are looking at the leader in me for the entire staff, and that's not just teachers, that is everybody. And what a leader in me is looking at the 7 habits of highly effective people. It is an evidence-based, comprehensive model that builds resilience and grit and leadership and life skills. It also is social and emotional learning. So that is coming up in February and March. So those are the 3 reports. For my report, so our bond vote passed. Thank you to all of our voters. Thank you for our supporters. The question now is what will happen next? Well, what happens next is plans will be drawn up by our architects and engineers, and that will be submitted for SED approval. So they will start that process, but we had to have the vote before we can go to SED approval, and that will take some time. As you may have seen on social media, we have settled a lawsuit. The case has been settled. There is no admission of liability as part of the settlement. We have always maintained that the school district did not do anything wrong in this case, and this settlement does not change that. As for the payment of the settlement is being made by NYSER, which is our insurance agency, not the school district. There is no admission of liability or guilt with this case. We also have had the state comptroller's audit here. They have been auditing our sexual harassment and prevention and training. This started a week and a half ago. The reason is this is from the state comptroller's office. They chose 20 entities and we were one of the lucky ones. And this was school districts, villages, towns, and counties out of the 20. And what they are looking at is how we prevent and how we train our staff members regarding sexual harassment. That report should be out, they said, late spring, possibly early summer, because again, they're covering towns and counties, and it's not just school districts. And we are holding a special board meeting on December 15th, and this deals with the interviews for our PE position, our athletic coordinator position, so that will be on December 15th. And I'm very excited because next week, on December 13th, we get to have our first winter concert here. And that's the first time since 2019. And then the very next night on the 14th is Mackenzie's winter concert. I'm looking forward to seeing the band that they just got started. And there's even, she has a, almost like a chamber orchestra that she's been working, Miss Wildrick has been working really hard with. So I'm looking forward to those. It's been 3 years since we've been able to have winter concerts. So I hope everybody comes out. So that concludes my report and all the other reports.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Ferreira. Is there any questions from the board?
No, thank you.
All good? Very good. Moving on. Caleb, you're up.
All right, so ours is pretty quick too. It's a quiet month in the business office. All of our state aid reports are in, all of our grant reports have been filed. The annual audit is nearing completion. The auditors are coming in to wrap it up tomorrow and Thursday. Then they're also going to begin work on a single audit. It's a different type of audit that we got this year. A single audit is an audit of our federal grant programs. Typically wouldn't have this audit. It's our first year doing it. It's because of the influx in federal money. Anybody who gets more than $750,000 in federal money has to perform a single audit. And what that is, the reason they call it single audit is they individually audit each grant to make sure you're following the grant rules. It's more of a compliance audit than it is financial. Like, did I get certified payrolls and pay people prevailing wage? Did I go out for bids? Things like that. We're likely going to have that audit from now for the next 3 years until our COVID money drops off, and then we won't get that audit anymore. Budget season starting. We're going to start gathering our preliminary expenditure numbers this month. Tomorrow we have an admin meeting where we'll start getting that together for you. We will not know the tax cap or the state aid estimates until mid to late January. I am expecting on the tax cap that they're going to do the full 2%. and at least 0.75% for our growth. That's the difference in new properties, so it will be at least 2.75. I won't have a real number until, hopefully the state gets it out mid-January, but I'm at the mercy of the state for that final number. And some good news is we received $21,000 in interest this month, which is the most interest we've earned since I've been here in the last 5 years. That puts us on pace to earn a little over $100,000 in interest compared to our budget of 15. So that extra $85,000 will help offset some of the costs we're seeing due to inflation. We did budget some extra fuel costs in there, but this helps defray it a little bit. That's all I've got for this month.
Perfect. Any questions for Caleb from the board?
No, thank you.
All good? Public comment on the consent agenda only. Public comment. Dr. Morgana, would you like to say something at this time?
Yes. I would first like to thank the committee that worked on that bond. Everybody pulled their weight, and the PR firm did a great job. And thank you to all of our parents, community members, because they perceived this correctly, that it was necessary. It's not a luxury. And thank you to the board for working with the administration and staff. We have something that we should never lose again. I mean, compare where we are, where we were 7 years ago. We're in a great place, and I want to stay there. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Morgano.
I'd like to say something as well. Dr. Morgano, thank you again for your unwavering support and seeing this through, even past your retirement. And we understand that your heart is with us, and we will always feel that. So thank you again for your dedication and support to us and our community.
I will always support Eldred. Anything you need, you just let me know.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Morgano.
You're welcome.
No other public comment. We'll go into approval of consent items. I need a motion to approve 7.01 through 8.06.
I'll make the motion.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion on any of them? Nancy?
Aye.
Kristen? Yes. Amador? Yes. Stacy?
Yes.
I'm good. Any new business to come before the board? Any old business to come before the board? Second public comment, anybody wants to say anything? Special meeting will be taking place on Thursday, December 15th, 2022 at the Junior Senior High School beginning at 6 p.m. Anticipating immediately going into executive session. As Tracy said, that we'll be going for interviews right into executive session. The next regular meeting will be held on January 12th, 2023 at George Ross Mackenzie School beginning at 6 p.m. You have a ball game here or something?
Practices are all done, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's right, we talked about that, what, 2 meetings? Yeah, 2, January and February, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll have to make a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Merry Christmas, everybody, Happy New Year, stay safe and healthy.
Thank you.